Okay, cool. All right, guys. I was having a heck of a problem getting this started. So it is, what is it, March 28th here? Okay, 2 people watching. March 28th. I don't know how long the video is going to be. I've been really struggling to get this up and running for the last like 45 minutes. So I'm trying to refocus now and talk about what I was going to talk about in the video. As you can see, I've kind of done some funky stuff here. It looks like it's showing correctly where you can see the chat when people start chatting, and got my little name and everything, and you can still see me talking. So just been fooling around with that. So basically the video is going to be about selling bigger. So if you don't know who I am, I've been making videos for the last couple years on YouTube, talking about all variety of things related to reselling on Amazon initially, FBA Amazon, and then dabbling in Hey JD, and then dabbling in merchant fulfilled, and then about 2 years ago diving into eBay. So now I'm doing Amazon FBA, merchant fulfilled, and eBay. And I want to talk a little bit about how I have, okay, we have a couple people, cool. Talk how I have, you know, sort of evolved a little bit. Specifically, just talking about selling bigger profit items on eBay and Amazon, merchant fulfilled. So this is mostly CDs that these sales are going to be. These sales are going to be mostly CDs. But you know, they can be books, they can be other types of media, it can be video games, it can be DVDs. If you can sell DVDs, well, you can sell them on eBay or Amazon. So the reason that this kind of idea came up to me is because I was noticing that I was getting a few higher priced sales as recently on eBay and on Amazon Merchant Fulfilled. So I wanted to kind of share with you some of those sales, and then just talk a little bit about how it's not rocket science, but it's basic. The basic idea is, you know, is to try to focus more, for me anyway, for eBay, because eBay is a lot more time consuming. Merchant fulfilled is not more time consuming, but space is always an issue. So, so I want to focus on more of the items that are going to sell for more money in general. So that when sales do come in, they are going to be a little bit higher priced, higher profit rather, higher price, higher profit items. So let me share with you a couple pre-made videos that I made of some sales. So first of all, I'll share with you one of the big sales, well, one of the items that I sold. Let's see, I'm switching this over. Here it's going to be this item. Hold on, let me go back. I didn't. Oh no, what happened? Sorry guys, this got I don't know why it does that. The chat is changed. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back to it. So this is the item that I sold. One of actually the highest priced items I sold. I'll tell you a little bit more about it, but I mean, you can see it's like an audio book, but it's religious themed, about the Bible. And this one I found a couple times actually. I sold twice actually in this past week. So let's see here. Here are the eBay sales, or the first ones. So this one here, let's see. This was back on the 20th, so this was March 20th. And that one was a CD. It sold for $39.99. That was an awesome sale. This one is The Mummies. These are sort of random CDs. This one sold for $34.99 back on the 22nd. And this one sold right away, actually, when I listed it, within a couple days. And then on the 27th, I sold this one. Actually, it sold the same day or the next day. A little less, not as high price as the others, but still nice. $16.99. It's a video game called American Farmer John Deere. And then the next one is this one that I was showing you through the Bible with Pastor Chuck Smith. This is on eBay, and it actually sold. So this price is wrong. It actually sold for 75. I took an offer for 75. So that was pretty nice. So those are a couple of the, yeah, it was a nice sale. So there's a couple of, JD says, Glenn Fry, I have that CD, good one. Yeah, I sold it. I sold it for $39.99. It was a nice one. I never, I don't think I come across it before, and it turns out it was a pretty in demand CD. People are willing to pay good money for. Yeah. So so those are the couple, and then so that was since just the 20th of March. So what is it? 8 days ago. And from that Glenn Fry sale for $39.99 until that one I sold yesterday, for $75, that Through the Bible one by Chuck Smith, I had 21 other eBay sales, and those were between $6.90, the very lowest, and then $13.88 was the highest, aside from those 4 that I just told you about. So that's kind of where I'm trying to head, is to those higher price ones. I have a lot. I have hundreds of. I now have over 500 items listed on eBay. I don't get nearly as many, the volume I want to get, sales. So that's why I'm going to start only listing items that are going to go for more money. Probably what I decided to do was stay away from most things that are under $10, and now I'm probably getting more towards items that are going for like $13, $14, $15 and up. Trying to stay even higher than $10. JD says I bought mine back in the 90s, I think. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's an example. Those are examples of bigger sales for me personally. Everyone's business is different. I come across all types of media, but as I've, over the years honed my, through my experience and knowledge and whatnot, honed my eye to be able to pick out higher value items when I see them, items that are not going to be able to sell for a good profit on Amazon. Sometimes I can turn around and try to sell them on eBay. And these are examples of some of that stuff that either I didn't like the data I was getting for Amazon, didn't make sense for FBA, or the prices were too low, merchant fulfilled, or I felt like it would take too long, that type of thing. So I test out, or I do a quick search on eBay to see if some of those items are going to make more sense on eBay than on Amazon. Brian says, what would you recommend I look for VHS sales ranks? I found a Polar Express that might be worth a few bucks, but I'm not sure. When I used to sell VHS tapes, I believe I would stay under, most of the time, under 200,000 rank, unless it was a really, really valuable VHS tape that was super rare, going for like 30, 40 bucks and up. And I found a couple of those for sure. I sold over like 330, I think is what it was, VHS tapes when I was sending in a lot and selling a lot. And I sold a bunch for over 30, 40 bucks. So I would say for me, excluding the really like high ranked, legitimately high price type of stuff that's in demand, slow demand, but steady, slow demand, maybe even only sells a couple times a year and is going for big bucks. Aside from those, I usually stayed under roughly 200,000. I mean, I would probably go to 200,000 to 300,000, but more comfortable is like in the hundreds and below, like, up to 200 or so from what I remember. VHS tapes are slower even than, the ranks are a little different even than CDs. I mean, they're similar though, because with CDs, I try to stay under, for FBA, usually, if I'm going to go over 100 to 150,000 rank, then it's going to have to be, I'm going to feel more comfortable if there's not any other FBA sellers, or there's only like one other one maybe, and they're maybe pricing way too high, what I feel is way too high and probably not going to sell for that amount. So it's similar for VHS tapes. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Polar Express one, but there's some great VHS tapes for sure. I mean, I sold hundreds of them, and I sold some really profitable ones as well. And you can find them usually for really cheap. Sometimes people just giving them away. So when you get better with that stuff, you can, better about what titles to get, you'll recognize and resell, you'll be able to spot them really quickly, some of the more obscure stuff. So I would say, for me anyway, I stayed under like 300, 250 in general. So those are kind of my eBay sales. The higher eBay stuff. Like I said, I have a lot listed, and for whatever reason, I just don't have a lot of sales. I have sales every day on eBay, but not nearly as many as I was hoping as I increased my inventory. So I think I'm going to steer, going forward, I'm going to steer my inventory towards higher priced items, so that even if I still can't get the volume up, I can at least when I make sales, they're higher priced items, they're more profit. Just looking to expand what I source. Oh, for sure. I'd recommend for everybody to expand, to diversify. VHSs are great in terms of, once you build up knowing what's good and what's bad, you can scan a shelf really quickly. Like 95% of it's going to be worthless. It's not going to make any sense to even look at it and pull it off. But maybe out of 100, you might find 5 or 10 or whatever that are worth, maybe even less, that are worth actually scanning and looking up. You'll see titles over and over again, and then some will stand out. Workout tapes, kids programs, live events, documentaries could be good. Cult movies like horror movies and B movies, slasher movies, ones that had, it doesn't have to be just horror movies, but cult type stuff. Okay, so let's see now. Now I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Oh, merchant fulfilled sales. So this is going to go by a couple minutes here. Whoops. So I don't want to see this again. So I'm going to do this and this. Here we go. So here's some merchant fulfilled sales. This one was Trench Town Rock Anthology. This is a CD, went for $21.99, of course, plus shipping, but $21.99 plus shipping. That was great. That was on the 12th of March. This one was a Volkswagen service manual. So this was a book that pulled out of a Gaylord. The previous one was a Gaylord too. This was 1874, and this was on the 13th. So plus shipping. And then this one was Keith Whitley. Oh no, I'm sorry. This was August Rush soundtrack. This one I pulled out of a Gaylord as well. $16.99 plus shipping, so $21. This was on the 17th. On the 16th. This one is Keith Whitley, Wherever You Are Tonight. This one I pulled out of from bulk, and this one was $26.90 plus shipping, so $30. That was really nice. That was on the 17th of March, and the next one was on Awesome 80s, of course. This one I pulled out of a Gaylord. This was on the 20th of March, and this one sold for $24.90. Excuse me. So that was a really nice sale. So plus tax, about 28 bucks, $29. The next one is a Thomas guide. That's right. Do you guys remember Thomas guides? This one's for the Bay Area up in Northern California. Either somebody's collecting them or I don't know what, but sold for $16.81. This is one that I pulled out of a Gaylord. That sold on the 24th of March. This is the same one, Through the Bible. And this one, guys, on Amazon sold. This actually sold before the one on eBay. Sold for $94.99. Yeah, big thumbs up. That was on the 25th, so that was 3 days ago. That was a really impressive sale. Nice sale. That's one to write home about. And considering that that one was for $94.99, the other one sold for $75. So here's another one, 21-day meditation challenge with Deepak Chopra, $29.70, really nice sale. That was a like an audiobook type of deal, and that was $29.70. That sold on the 26th, and then this last one sold on the 27th. Through the Years. This was a CD. That one I just listed, and it sold like a couple days later for $19.99. Yeah, and that was a CD. So that was from the 12th of March to just yesterday to the 27th. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 merchant fulfilled sales. Again, those were merchant fulfilled. Those were not FBA, because I'm talking merchant. The lowest one of those bunch was $16.99, and then a bunch of them were around 20 bucks, 20 to 25 bucks. a couple over 25, and then that big sale, that audiobook. So that one that I found, so this merchant fulfilled sale of for the $94.99, that religious one, actually was actually sitting. I found that late last year, like in October, something like that. I can't remember things, but anyway, I found it last year, and it's been sitting for like 5 or 6 months, merchant fulfilled. I repriced it a couple times, and so it was a pleasant surprise that it sold. But then interestingly, so it sold for $94.99, which was awesome. And then I had just found another copy this week or the previous week, I can't remember, but just found it in the last week or so in one of my most recent CD Gaylords, the same exact one. I was like, I know I've seen this before. So I took that one because the other one hadn't sold yet, and I listed it on eBay to see if I could, get a quicker sale. And then I sold that one on eBay within, I don't know, a couple days or so for less money, but it sold really fast. So it's kind of funny. You never know, never know what's going to happen. So between the two of them, that was $170 worth of sales for those two items that I pulled out of Gaylords. And the one sat on Amazon for like 5-6 months, and the other one sold within a couple days on eBay. So it's kind of like, I wonder if I would have put that one on Amazon on eBay, if it would have sold right away. But now I know when I find it, well, I don't know what I'll do, because it took so long. I might just sell it on eBay, get the money back quicker, make the money faster, turn it over. Yeah. So so basically when it comes to merchant fulfilled, so as I'm going through Gaylords, I'm, looking for FBA first and then merchant fulfilled second, unless something pops out right away, and this definitely makes more sense for merchant fulfilled. But I want to, improve my average sale price, because I'm getting to the point now where I'm going to have to get more shelving for my merchant fulfilled stuff. And so I have over like 400 items, and my sell-through rate is not, what I want it to be. And that's the problem with merchant fulfilled is, there's a lot of competition from the big sellers who are always going to undercut your pricing, even by 1 penny, and just drive the price down. Hey, Terry. So yeah, you never know. I mean, so when it comes to merchant fulfilled, that becomes the challenge, is the bigger I grow the inventory, I'm getting more sales than I used to for merchant fulfilled, but then it's taking up more physical space, which is why I'm doing so many CDs versus doing books, because that would take up way more space than the CDs and the audiobooks and that type of stuff. So basically, I'm having to, deal with the space issue. And I mean, I have the space, I just need to get more shelving is basically the issue. And it becomes, more of a pain to navigate all of that, which is why FBA is so great. But there's just a lot of stuff that I can't pass, that just because I can't sell at FBA, I'm going to throw it up for merchant fulfilled as well. So, so far let's see if I can bring this up here. So far in February, oh, whoops, wrong one. Okay, so far, where am I? Here it is. So far in February, I have, in March, I have 34 merchant fulfilled sales, as you can see there. Hopefully it's coming up on, oops, the lie. Oh yeah, it's okay. I have 34 sales, $500, and then $14.83 is the average sale price, which is better than, higher than my FBA sales. So as you can see here from last month, I had 38 sales at this point, merchant fulfilled. So I've got 3 more days. So hopefully I'll at least hit that. But in terms of dollar amounts, I'm already surpassing it. And then the same month last year, I had a total month, I had 10 units. So, although a higher average sale price though, for sure. So then when you look at for Amazon for the month so far, I've got 186 units, $2 less for average sale price, 186 units, and then last month I had 172. So yeah, so I'm surpassing that. And for both, I'm at 220, so I'm 10 units more than I was last month. So that's kind of where I am. Let's see. That's where I am right now. I'm just checking. Okay. When it comes to my sales, and I'm still, I'm still sending in as much as I can FBA. This latest Gaylord have been like one of the worst Gaylords I've come across. There's a lot of junk in there, so unfortunately I haven't been able to pull out as many CDs, so probably gonna have to combine 2 Gaylords to do a FBA shipment. But I should get another shipment out hopefully next week at some point. It's just slow going with the Gaylord because it takes a little more time. There's so much stuff to go through. I found out that Helium 10 does work with books. It is a Chrome extension that can replace Keepa. That's good to know, so I'll check that out. Helium 10. Does it show the sales rank, I'm assuming? Yeah. That's good to know. But let me know, Brian. But yeah, basically I'm probably gonna end the video pretty soon here. Yeah, the gist of the video is that I just been, due to space and that type of thing, and just not wanting to waste time on less profitable items, I'm just gonna focus more on eBay and merchant fulfilled higher price stuff. Unless it's something that I come across that's selling for 10 or 11 bucks and I know that it'll sell pretty fast, then I might list it. But in general, I want to increase the percentage of the higher profit items, and I would say over $15 at least, but probably 20 and up items. I want to increase the percentage of those in my merchant fulfilled inventory and in my eBay inventory. Of course, yeah, purple line instead of green line for sales rank. Okay, Helium 10. I'm going to write that down. Helium 10. Cool. That's good to know. So yeah, I want to, improve my, or just focus on those types of items basically. So, sorry I haven't been making videos lately, guys. Been just busy with other stuff outside of the business with life, and just haven't had a chance to do it. So, I'm gonna end the video now though, because I gotta go do some stuff with the family. I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, keep booking, guys.